2025. These are my watch predictions and some watch trends and stuff I'd like to see for this year. So let's get into it. But first, make sure you like, subscribe, ding that bell icon so you never miss another video, and why not click the join button? Support us directly would be amazing. And into the video. 2025. I'm sure a lot's going to happen this year, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm excited for British Watchmakers Day. I'm excited for Watches and Wonders. I'm just excited, okay? I'm an excited boy. Should I say excited again?
Is this going to be a drinking game?
I'm excited, guys. Even though I'm not going to be buying any of these watches because I can't afford them, I still like talking about them, and that's the point of this YouTube channel, so don't point out that I can't afford them in the comments. Let's talk about Rolex, because I just want to get it out of the way. Rolex, they're celebrating two big anniversaries this year. Number one, it is 120 years since the founding of Rolex. Yes, they changed their name in 1908 to Rolex, but Rolex, the company, was founded as Wilsdorf and Co. or whatever in 1905, so it's 120 years. Plus, it's 70 years of the Rolex GMT Master. So what are we going to see from Rolex? Well, first of all, I think we're just gonna see, I doubt we'll see anything exciting in the GMT Master range. Maybe a new colour bezel or a new off-catalogue dial, something like that that's covered in gems. They usually come out with a new version of that, but they'll probably just do an update to the Pepsi, change it slightly, exactly the same as they did to the Starbucks. I remain ever hopeful of a Coke bezel, but I doubt we'll see it. And what else from Rolex? I would love to see them do some complications with the 1908. The Perpetual 1908. It's a beautiful watch. It's actually one of my favourites in their collection. And I really want to see some complications with it. I want to see something like a moon phase, like they did with the Cellini. I want to see a jewel time, because the Cellini jewel time was massively overlooked and super, super cool. I just want to see some stuff like that. Could they do it? Yeah, they've done it in the past, but will they do it? Probably not. I think Rolex is likely going to have another very boring year. I'd love to see them do some aluminium bezels, but I really don't think that they will. Rolex loves to be cutting edge, and I just don't think they're going to be doing it. Omega. I've only got one thing really to talk about when it comes to Omega, and that is the Seamaster for this year. I think they've done so much cool stuff with the Speedmaster. I would be happy if all they did was little refreshes to the Speedmaster this year. But I feel like the SMP, the classic 42mm beast, needs some loving. They've just done the new versions, the monochrome, the black one with the mesh bracelets, but I feel like they needed to update the normal one on the full steel bracelet. And they've got a reason to, because it's 30 years of Omega's collaboration with James Bond. It's 30 years of James Bond wearing that watch. And that's when that watch was first unveiled to the world. The Seamaster Professional, with that nice bezel and the wave dial, and it's just super, super cool, but it needs an update. So if they made the Seamaster Professional a bit smaller, maybe 38mm, down from 42, I think that would hit two big trends. One, smaller watches. I think it would fly off the shelf because people do want smaller watches. It would hit both a male and a female demographic. And two, vintage. All of those original Seamaster Professionals that were on the wrist of Pierce Brosnan in GoldenEye and stuff weren't big. They were small. They were quartz, but they were also small. I'd love to see Omega do some smaller versions. I'd love to see them keep the larger version, the original, or the current 42mm version in the catalogue, but I'd love to see some smaller stuff. AP, Audemars Piguet, are celebrating 150 years this year. My prediction is they will release a lot of new Royal Oak models, which they always do. They will release some new Code 1159 models, which will be of interest to a lot of people, but not as much interest as the Royal Oak. But also, they've been really hitting the vintage stuff hard recently. So they've been doing their remaster series of a lot of their old vintage pieces. And I reckon, and I would love to see some more of those, because they had some really interesting pieces in 2024, and it would be really nice to see some more of those. Staying on the Holy Trinity for a moment, Patek Philippe. What are we going to see? Well, I think we have to see some more cubitus, and they have to do something smaller. We're going to have to see in the steel, maybe a blue dial, maybe a black dial, because at the moment they've only got the green in the steel. We've got to see it. We've got to see something down from the current size down to maybe 38. It's just got to happen. I feel like as arrogant as Patek can be, there was a lot of pushback against the Cubitus reveal, and I feel like even the people that do like it, a lot of those people do say it's a bit big, so they do just have to scale it down slightly, and I feel like that would satisfy a lot of the naysayers. So we'll see what they do, but that's what I'd like to see from Patek this year. I doubt we'll see anything else that interesting. A new complication, maybe. Some new versions of the Nautilus and Aquanaut that no one will be able to buy. That's about it. Tudor. This year, they're celebrating an anniversary. That big anniversary is the North Flag. It wasn't very popular at the time, but it's celebrating 10 years. So could it come back? It could, but personally I doubt it. I think Tudor are going to do one main big thing this year, and that is to bring an in-house movement into the Black Bay chronograph. I don't think they'll resurrect the name the Prince. I simply don't. They found branding that works for the Black Bay chronograph, and that is as Black Bay chronograph. The Prince branding was originally Oyster Prince, and I think for Tudor that would be seen as going backwards and closer to Rolex. And I think they'll bring that in-house movement that we saw at the Only Watch auction in 2023. I think we'll see it, and I think that would be absolutely amazing. Let's finally, Tudor, let's finally move away from the Breitling B01 movement. And maybe it could be METAS certified. There's a lot I'd like to see from Tudor, in all honesty. I'd love to see them make a smaller Ranger, because at the moment the Ranger is available in one size and one size only. I feel like it needs to have a bit of the vintage treatment, a la Black Bay 54. So maybe bring it down to 38, maybe bring it down to 37. I think that would be really, really cool. Try and hit that classic Prince date vibe. I think that would be really popular if they did that, and more popular than the current Ranger. I also think probably 5-link bracelet on the 58 GMT. That would be really cool, but are they going to do it? Maybe. Let's see. Tudor, I think, are going to have a big year, or maybe they'll give their big brother Rolex a time to shine. Who knows? There's been a lot of trends over the last few years as well of different dial colours having their time to shine. So turquoise, or Tiffany blue had a time to shine. We saw purple dials a lot. We've seen all different types of stuff. I think this year is going to be the year of the pink dial. And why do I think that? Well, I've got my reasons. It's already started, actually. We've seen Oris have come out with the Miss Piggy. Following the success of the Kermit, they've done the Miss Piggy, launched last week, and I think that's going to be the start of pink dials. Other than that, we're going to see a lot more vintage reissues. One brand I'm really excited to see what happens this year or the year after is Universal Geneve. They recently made 3 new pole rotor watches, and honestly, they did not disappoint. 2 went in the archives, 1 went to auction. I'm so excited about what's going to happen with Universal Geneve. Those 3 watches, they nailed it. I was a bit skeptical under Breitling's tutelage, but honestly, they're going to have a great time once they release. Independent and micro-brand landscape is going to stay really, really strong. I think Christopher Ward, one of my favourite brands, I think they're going to have a great year. I might know about a couple of things that they're doing, but I'm staying very, very quiet on that, and you'll have to see in future videos what they're doing. But they have some new cool complications lined up, so let's see about that, guys. I'd love to see a perpetual calendar or like a high complication from an independent British watch brand.
I want to see some more jump hours.
I'd just like to see more complications from British watch brands. I think they've nailed the time-only stuff, but in terms of the British watch industry, I'd love to see some more complications. So yeah, jump hours, we've got the Fears jump hour, we've got the bell counter with the chiming, but I'd love to see some more, slightly more traditional complications. So we'll see what. We've got to see some more 03 series, some more mono pusher colours, and I can't wait to get hands on with a mono pusher. Such a cool watch, so nice. I can't wait to see what Studio Underdog have planned for British Watchmakers Day. We have a video coming up on that once they unveil it, and we'll be covering Fear's British Watchmakers Day exclusive, which is absolutely stunning. like, oh my god, it is stunning. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think's gonna happen down in the comments. And whilst you're down there, why not like, subscribe, ding that bell icon so you never miss another video. Because, guys, I'm not a watch expert, I'm just a watch nerd, and it would be great to have your support directly by clicking that join button, supporting the channel directly, just like everyone on the screen now, because they are the best people in the world. And if you reach this point in the video, you're pretty damn awesome as well. So guys, you know what I'm gonna say next? Watch yourselves.